Well, the motor racing world has been paying tribute to Ken Tyrrell, who died at the age of 77 after a lengthy battle with cancer. Here's Martin Brundle, Tyrrell driver in the mid-80s.
It's a very sad time in Formula One. We've lost one of the great men of our sport, Ken Tyrrell. I'm here with Frank Williams, but first, Sir Jackie Stewart, as ever blazing across the globe somewhere, was very, very keen to say the following words.
The world of motor racing has been hit terribly by the loss of Ken Tyrrell. He was one of a kind, and there will never be the like of him again. He had the integrity of a man with enormous conviction for the truth. He trusted people and he expected people to trust him. I certainly did. I never had a contract with him after the first year that I drove with him. He was like a father to me. He brought me along as a young driver, taught me about gear ratios, taught me how to behave and what not to do more than anything else. But I was only one of many that he brought along and guided into the higher echelons of the sport. Ken Tyrrell was a remarkable man, one of a kind. There'll never be the like again. It's the passing of an era, and motor racing has suffered a tremendous loss.
Frank, you knew Ken for the best part of 4 decades. What memories have you got of him?
I first met Ken in 1964, and he was certainly the class act for a number of years in his heyday in Formula One. I think he had Jackie Stewart well under control, and he gave him some very good lessons in discipline and approach. And between them, they were quite a wonderful partnership. One which I tried to emulate, totally without success for many, many years until help arrived. Ken for me was a born racer, but there's quite a few of them about. But he also knew about racing, he understood it from top to bottom. Additionally, I would say, for me, he had crates and crates of bottle. He had just an endless courage, and the best memory I have of Ken is standing up to Bernie in our very argumentative Formula One team meetings, time after time. The only one of us who ever really stood up to Bernie. He was totally fearless when confronting the man, got the better of him quite often, and we all loved to see that happen because we couldn't do it.
The love of his family was first and foremost in his life. He was a very strong family man, but he was so into Formula One. As you said, he was an enthusiast, wasn't he? I mean, I spoke to him just a couple of weeks ago, and he was still absolutely on the pace. Every question he asked me was really, he understood Formula One so well.
Yes, I spoke to him perhaps not as often as you, but once a month I'd call him, and the experience for me was the same as the one you've just mentioned. He knew what questions to ask. He was truly interested, right up until his end.
I think what it's all about really is we're missing Ken Tyrrell, but I think we're celebrating the life of Ken Tyrrell in Formula One.
And look out for a programme about Ken Tyrrell on the weekend of the Japanese Grand Prix. That's in the middle of next month. All of us have been shocked and saddened by the death of Brian Moore this weekend. For 30 years, ITV's voice of football, Brian died at the age of 69. Down to Martin. Raining down there, Martin?
It is a little bit, Jim, believe it or not. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grid. Here's the safety car. We've sometimes seen this race started with that car. It does exactly what it says on the tin.